So we're going to do segmental diagnosis in the lumbar area. I'm going to come here, I'm going to get my landmarks first. I'm going to come here and I'm going to go down to find L4. I'm going to come straight across and go side from there. At that point, I'm going to address putting equal pressure down and see if one thumb is more in the air than the other. Since we name in ease, in this case, my left thumb is more towards me, which means the segment wants to turn towards the left, and so it would be rotated left. At that point, I'm going to go ahead and have her come up on her elbows into what's called a Sphinx test. And if it gets better, that means it was better in extension. In this case, it did get better. Go ahead and come up back down. Because it was better in extension, I have a rotation left, and I have it extended. Additionally, by convention, using Fryette's principles, I can actually say that it is also side bent left. So in this case, I have L4, rotated left, side bent left, and extended. I've done my segmental diagnosis. In this case, I've decided that it is L4, rotated left, side bent left, and extended. I'm going to put the patient into a position where I can do muscle energy for that segment. I'm going to have the patient come up on their right side where their left side is facing up. I do this by naming. If it's named rotated left, then the left side is up towards the sky. In this case, I'm going to have the patients move slightly towards me. I'm going to have their bottom leg straight, and their top leg is going to hook behind that there. At this point, I'm going to monitor L4 with my finger and actually monitor just above it. I'm going to have the patient grab the back of my arm with their arm, and I'm going to rotate the patient until the segment above L4 starts to move. At that point, I stop. I'm going to relax the patient here, and I'm actually going to also flex her because I want to do the opposite of what I did before. She was extended, so she needs to be slightly flexed. At that point, I can do my muscle energy. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to have the patient push their knee up into my hand, and then relax. And I'm going to have them take a deep breath in and out. And I'm going to follow the knee down as their breath goes out. And I'm going to repeat muscle energy again. Push again. And relax. Deep breath in and out. Push again. And relax. And I'm going to do one final stretch. And then I'm going to bring the patient back to neutral. For psoas stretch, what I'm going to do is have the patient face down. I'm going to go underneath the knee here, and I'm going to use my skeletal structure to actually lift that knee and then put mine underneath. At this point, I can do straight stretching or I can do muscle energy. In this case, I'm going to do muscle energy. I'm going to have the patient push their leg down into my knee towards the table. And I'm going to hold and relax. At that point, I'm going to move my knee slightly higher, and I'm going to have them repeat the muscle energy technique. And relax. And I'm going to go slightly higher, and I'm going to have them repeat the muscle energy. Go ahead and push. And relax. I can do one final stretch, and then I'm going to control the patient's leg down. You can do one side, you can repeat to the other side depending on your clinical findings. Another way you can do the psoas is to actually take the patient's leg and essentially drop it off the table and do muscle energy that way. I'm going to have the patient come all the way to the edge of the table, and I'm going to take one leg and I'm going to drop it off the edge of the table. At that point, I'm going to secure the other side of the hip, and I'm going to have them push towards the sky into my hand. Then I'm going to relax and move it down. Sometimes people have a hard time with the legs off. You can do several different things. You can support the leg with your leg. This way, sometimes you could actually move in front and support the leg this way and do muscle energy, or just let the weight of gravity stretch the psoas muscle. Lastly, we're going to stretch the piriformis. We're going to come on up here, and I'm going to secure the hip with my hand. I'm going to move the leg across until you start feeling the hip come up. At that point, I'm going to relax, and I can do a stretch from here. I can also do muscle energy from here. I can have the patient push back into my hand here and relax, and I can move slightly further across. Push again and relax. I'll repeat that 3 times with my final stretch, and then I can bring the leg back to neutral.